Hello everybody, Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast here, and I'm back with another edition of Front Row, these live music performance reactions, and I am back in the wonderful world of one Elvis Presley with another performance from a film, this time from the 1963 film Fun in Acapulco with the song Bossa Nova Baby. This has been requested by a number of people, so thank you for doing so. And just do remember that you can leave comments here on the YouTube channel or email me at rewatchprojectpodcast@gmail.com if you have any requests as well for the channel. Apologies to those whose requests I haven't got to yet. I will be getting to all of them sooner or later, but I've had many through, and that is really wonderful. I'd also like to remind you to check out the other content on this channel, including the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike, the podcast that I do with my dear wife Hannah, where we go back and rewatch some of our favourite film and television franchises, in addition to the other film, TV, and music-related pop cultural goodness that shares this channel. Likes and subscribes also very much appreciated, because the more subscribers we get, the more the profile of the channel gets raised, and the more people who find us, and that results in more conversation and chat and feedback and interaction, and that is the primary motivator for doing these Elvis reactions with a greater level of regularity. And I would also like to remind you that I do pause these videos, I do talk over them, that's just how I choose to react, and I would strongly urge you to watch this performance in its entirety, and that you do not follow my terrible example and watch it for the first time with me babbling all over it. Only thing that remains to be said is that we very much appreciate donations via PayPal to assist with the upkeep of this channel. But as is always the case, please only do so if you can without causing yourself any financial hardship. Yeah, I have never heard this song before. I've never seen this movie before. I have never seen this performance before. So this is going to be a true, honest, genuine reaction. Let's get to that right now. Here we go. Bossa Nova Baby.
Well, I'm not too sure about tonight. I'm a little nervous about a job. And I'm late now. I'll see you later.
Elvis's speaking voice is amazing as well. It's got so much character, and it's got that kind of shucks humbleness to it. It's immediately recognizable. You know, it's everything about Elvis is iconic, not just his look and how he sings, but just his speaking voice as well. Okay, let's see what's going on here.
Nervous? It's good for the nerves.
Well, here we go.
I said, take it easy, baby, I worked all day, and my feet feel just like lead. You got my shirt tail flying all over the place, and the sweat popping out of my head. She said, hey, bossa nova, keep on working, for this ain't no time to quit. She said, go, bossa nova, baby, keep on dancing, I'm about to have myself a fit. Bossa nova, bossa
nova. Whoa, coming in hot on this one. The energy, you know, he's vibrating and great kind of almost tap dancing, using his body as an instrument. I've talked before how in some of the later performances, it feels like he's a conductor, you know, not a conductor in the, you know, John Williams sense of the word, although I guess he is in a way, but a conductor in the electrical sense, you know, the way he just takes the energy of music and performance and just throws it out there. And here it's like his body is like a percussive instrument. You know, he's singing and he's dancing, but he's also providing percussion just through his movement. And he's almost just vibrating with energy. It's incredible. Elemental force, straight in. I've got to go back. That's just that first 20 seconds of that song. It would probably hospitalize me if I tried to do that. The physicality of this is really... let's go back. Okay, here we go. He's running on.
I said, take it easy, baby, I worked all day, and my feet feel just like lead. You got my shirt tail flying all over the place, and the sweat popping out of my head. She said, hey, bossa nova, baby, keep on working, for this ain't no time to quit. She said, go, bossa nova, baby, keep on dancing, I'm about to have myself a fit. Bossa nova, bossa nova.
Brilliant. I love this.
I said, hey, little mama, let's sit down and have a drink and dig the band. She said, drink, oh, fiddle-de-dink, I can dance with a drink in my hand. She said, hey, bossa nova, baby, keep on working, for this ain't no time to drink. She said, go, bossa nova, baby, keep on dancing, cause I ain't got time to think. Bossa nova, bossa nova.
What a performance.
I said, come on, baby, it's hot in here and it's oh so cool outside. If you lend me $1, I can buy some gas and we can go for a little.
Is that Ursula Andress?
She said, hey, bossa nova, baby, keep on working, for I ain't got time for that. She said, go, bossa nova, baby, keep on dancing, or I'll find myself another cat. Bossa nova, bossa nova.
Hey, there he is on the bongos. Wow, what a dynamo. Wow, I mean, this is almost another side of Elvis that we've not seen. This extremely high energy, almost out of control. And I've talked before about how with Elvis often there's this interesting dichotomy of perfection and raw humanity. And here what you've got is another dichotomy, but this time between choreography and chaos. You know, I've talked many times before about how he vocally inhabits songs. You know, he'll be singing words that are telling you something, and the way he's performing it in the sincerity and the power and the passion is backing that up. Here he's doing that physically and musically as well. You know, he's physically personifying the music, not only with this great vocal and this great sort of jagged rhythm, well, bossa nova, you know, rhythm, and the way his vocal is sort of cutting in and out really does play to that, and again, vocally inhabits the music and what the song's about. But his physicality is also doing that as well. He's, you know, providing, like I say, the sort of almost like tap. And it's, on the one hand, looks like uncontrolled, pure energy. But on the other hand, there is structure to it, to what he's doing as well. And that's a really dynamic, unique thing to be able to do. What a great song and what a great performance. And I love the aesthetics of the film as well. You know, the way that you do have that. I think I mentioned this when I was talking about Return to Sender from, I think that was from Girls, Girls, Girls. That was the year before this, I think. And how, because of the Technicolor and the sets and the glamour, there is this feeling of otherworldliness and exotic, fantastical escape that's extremely appealing. And in the center of it, you've got this pure, energetic, elemental force that is Elvis Presley. That's brilliant. Bossa Nova Baby, I love that. That's going into my rotation, that one is. So thank you very much for the suggestion. And I look forward to more suggestions. Let me know what to cover next. Also, do check out the music reactions to other artists that I do here, as well as Elvis, in addition to the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast and the other film, TV, and music, pop culture related goodness that also is here on this channel. But wow, yeah, Elvis Presley. This is just, what was I doing with my life before I started watching this guy? Yeah, I'll be back soon. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.